What's going on, guys? Radio Graffiti here, and today I want to talk to you guys about the Thunderbolts box office. It brings me no joy to report to you that it seems as if this movie is officially a flop. As of today, June 2nd, Thunderbolts has officially been out for a full month, so it's safe to say anybody who really cared to go see this movie in theaters has already done it by now. The movie released on May 2nd, and as of right now, it has a worldwide total of $369 million worldwide. It had a budget of $180 million, and needed about $450 to $500 just to break even. And it's not looking like it's going to reach anywhere near that now. So we're talking about a movie that's going to lose, about over $100 million at the box office. It's unfortunate because I actually really liked Thunderbolts. It's one of the better Marvel movies they've released recently. It's barely ahead of Mission Impossible and Sinners, because for the whole year, the box office right now is Minecraft's at number one, It's the King of the Hill, at $947 million worldwide, Lilo and Stitch, $611 million. Apparently everyone really wants us to go see that little blue bastard. Number 3, we got Captain America 4 at $450 million, which is probably an even bigger flop than Thunderbolts, because you're never going to be able to convince me that that movie had a budget of $180 million. I'm not buying that. Now, number 4, we have Thunderbolts at $369, but it's probably going to get blown out of the water by Mission Impossible 8 anytime now, because it's riding its ass at $354 million. And then you got number 6 with Sinners at $350. So number 5 and number 6, pretty close to Thunderbolts. I don't know if Sinners would be able to pass it because it's already on digital now. So yeah, Thunderbolts didn't do too well at the box office. Now that we have established that, why did it do so poorly at the box office? Well, I've got 5 reasons here that I want to go over with you guys as to why I believe it could have done so poorly. Why did this happen? One of my reasons I've got is I think the trailers weren't really the best for this movie. Like, when they were coming out, I was kind of talking shit about the Thunderbolts trailers. I was like, the comedy looks kind of stupid. I think the trailers relied a little too much on the jokes and made it look like some kind of a bad comedy that just wasn't very funny to me. Another reason I think nobody went to go see Thunderbolts: characters nobody's heard of. If you told your grandma, hey, Grandma, you want to go see the new Thunderbolts movie? She'd be like, what? Thunderbolts. It's got the Winter Soldier. Who? Yelena, Red Guardian. Are you speaking English right now? That's probably how that conversation would go, because nobody really knows who these characters are. All us Marvel nerds, we know who these characters are. Even the general audience who doesn't even really care about superhero shit like that, but they keep up with the MCU, they probably have a good idea as to who these characters are, but nobody really knows who a Ghost is or Taskmaster. These aren't characters that are going to put butts in seats. And as far as the actors, most of you guys like Florence Pugh, what billion-dollar movie has she been a part of? I wouldn't say she's a box office smashing star. She's had minor roles here and there. But yeah, characters nobody have heard of. They desperately tried to market this movie as the new Avengers 2 days after the movie came out, which is way too soon if you ask me. Kind of spoiled it for a lot of people, because everyone spent 6 months trying to guess, what does the asterisk mean in Thunderbolts? Everyone was trying to guess, is I going to have a new title? And then you spoil the title for them literally 2 days after the movie comes out. You couldn't wait another week or two? Not everyone can get to the theaters within 48 hours to go watch this movie. But that's the reality of the internet. If you don't watch a movie the second it drops, you're going to get spoilers. Hell, if you don't watch a movie 2 months before it drops, you're going to get spoilers. And for my free space on the bingo card, I've got streaming. I bring this up pretty much every time I discuss a movie potentially doing bad at the box office, or that has done bad at the box office, because it's true. People are getting lazier than ever. They don't want to get off their ass to go watch movies at a movie theater, unless it's some sort of big event movie like Avengers, or the occasional smash hit like Barbie and Oppenheimer. Movies have to feel like events nowadays, and Thunderbolts just didn't feel like an event. which is a crazy statement considering this is a Marvel movie. And the MCU was supposed to be the king of the hill when it comes to superhero movies, so if no one wants to go see the latest MCU movie, that smells doom for the comic book movie genre. But yeah, there's just so many streaming services nowadays. Netflix, HBO Max, Peacock. Okay, nobody watches Peacock, but there's a lot of streaming services that people want to watch TV shows. They're like, oh, I'll just wait and catch Thunderbolts or whatever movie on streaming within a month or two. Another reason I think Thunderbolts could have done poorly at the box office is maybe people just had a bad taste in their mouth from Captain America 4. It wasn't exactly a masterpiece of a film. Even the people who did like this movie will tell you it's not one of Marvel's best. At best, it was mediocre. At worst, it was just a shitty Incredible Hulk sequel. And the only part you should even watch of the movie is the Red Hulk fight, which you can just go watch on YouTube. There's no reason to sit through 2 hours of torture for that. So that could potentially be an issue. And my final reason I have is I think the movie doesn't have much rewatch value. You know, for these Marvel movies, you kind of need big crazy scenes or, action to kind of get these people through it. Deadpool 3 had quite a bit of action. A lot of set pieces people would want to go back to the theaters to see. Thunderbolts was more of like a drama where it focused more on the characters. It wasn't about, oh, how many things can we blow up? Because really there's only one fight scene in the film. And it's when they first meet each other and the place that's about to blow up. After that you get Sentry, but that's not really a fight. He kind of just beats him up effortlessly. And there's some minor ones like Bucky on the motorcycle where he just blows up a couple of cars and that's it. And then the third act is just them hugging Bob. So not a lot of action for a Marvel movie that could have really put off a lot of the Marvel nerds. Say, I don't think you should go watch that. It wasn't a lot of action for me. Because unfortunately that's kind of what the audiences want when they go to see Marvel movies. They expect all these crazy action sequences. They don't really want a story like this where it's just focused on the characters and about a bunch of depressed B and C list characters. So yeah, those are my thoughts as to why I think Thunderbolts did poorly at the box office. It brings me no joy to report this news. Typically when I'm talking about a comic book movie's box office, it's me kind of laughing and dancing, pissing all over their grave, like I did with Joker 2, or with Shazam! Fury of the Gods. But in this case, it's Thunderbolts, a movie I actually really enjoyed. Sucks that this movie had to have this kind of box office, but it is what it is. I still think it's a pretty good movie. The only reason anyone even cares about box office is because if you watch a movie at the movie theaters and you really like it, typically you kind of want it to do well, because you vote with your wallet. If a movie makes a ton of money, studios would go and say, oh, people are really interested in this movie. We should make more of that. Whereas if a movie flops, they kind of get the message of, oh, let's do nothing like that ever again. So that's kind of the only reason I even care about box office. I'm not making a penny from whatever Thunderbolts makes. So I don't really give that much of a shit, but I like the movie, so I kind of wanted it to do well, and unfortunately it hasn't, so here we are. But yeah, do you guys have any suggestions as to why you think Thunderbolts didn't do so well at the box office? That's me coping. It kind of flopped at the box office. People were saying this like 2 days after the movie came out. We had the usual suspects who were like, oh, this movie's a box office bomb. Disney's latest flop. It's the usual suspects who say that for every time a Disney movie comes out. Oh, this one's gonna flop. Like, yes. Tell me the entire movie's box office run, which typically lasts about a month and a half. After the movie's only been out for like 2 days, all of a sudden these guys know exactly how the box office is gonna go. Unfortunately for this one, they were right, but if I look at a clock with my eyes closed and just scream out every hour, it's 2 o'clock. Eventually I'll be right. Doesn't mean you were intelligent enough to know what was going to happen. It just means you kept screaming the same thing over and over for every hour, so eventually you'll be right. A lot of these guys, they say this for every Disney movie, so it doesn't really mean much. If a movie doesn't completely blow the roof off the box office, then these guys call it a flop. But yeah, let me know what you guys think about the Thunderbolts box office. Maybe you didn't like the movie and you're cheering and popping bottles that it didn't do so well at the box office. Or maybe you're like me and you really enjoyed the film and you're hoping it could have done better. I felt he was gonna send a message to Disney saying, "We want more cameo slop. Throw every character ever made into the next Avengers movie." Oh boy. Anyways, that's all I got for today. I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and I'll see you guys next time.